Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Arakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, Great Millstone, and Ruel. And peace and salutations to the elect of the true nation of Israel, Yasharallah. Quick lesson, man. I guess going around TikTok or whatever, I guess there was a pastor in Africa, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, multiple pastors maybe. Anyway. But around TikTok, people are saying the rapture is tomorrow, September 23rd. Motherfucker, I got court tomorrow. Shit. If the rapture is tomorrow, shoot, I'm going to miss it, because I got court early in the morning. I got to take hours out of work. Our ass still got to wake up for work, shit. But hey, all laughs and jokes aside, man, these people, these jakes, all right, are out of their mind, man. They don't know the Bible, okay? These people don't know the scriptures, man, all right? Because the concept, these Christians' concept of the rapture is false, man. It's not biblical, man, all right? One day, you're just going to see Christians just floating up into the sky, leaving their bodies into the clouds, out of nowhere. While everybody else is just chilling and it's a normal day, nothing's going on around Earth. It's just a normal Tuesday afternoon, But no, that doesn't fit Scripture. That doesn't fit the Bible, man. All right, because the Scriptures say when the Lord returns, all right, or when the supposed rapture happens, all right, when we meet the Lord in the sky, all right, and these Christians don't know. They don't understand the Bible, man. They don't know the Bible, because when we meet the Lord in the sky, it's going to be by way of the chariots of the Lord, all right, the so-called UFOs, which the angels of the Lord and the Lord himself are going to be upon those chariots, with those chariots, man, inside of those chariots, the so-called UFOs, and they're going to tractor beam us up, so-called abduct us, all right, which means just, raise us, catch us, well, we all know what abduct means, take us, all right, we're going to be taken, all right, okay, into those chariots, all right. No, there's not going to be a ladder, all right. All right, so how are these chariots going to take us from the ground to that vehicle in the sky, all right, by tractor beaming us up, man, okay. Abducting, for lack of better words, man, all right. And this is going to take place right before, also right during, right at the exact moments right before, all right, the nuclear missiles hit America, okay, because the great deliverance is going to be here in America. That's why the most UFO sightings are here in North America, okay, the land of the north, like the scriptures say. It shall no more be said that the Lord saveth Israel out of the land of Egypt, but it shall now be said that the Lord saveth Israel out of the land of the north, which is spiritually talking about North America, all right? Because what other land on earth is called north, all right? North Pole. There's not even a continent in the North Pole. It's just ocean with hella ice over it, man. So it's talking about America. Nobody even lives in the North Pole anyway, man. Eskimos, they're not. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right. Revelation 13. What else was I gonna say? No, not this precept. Slug it. Okay, that was my last lesson. Okay, so you Christians mindset or not mindset, but your idea of the rapture, when the Lord returns and he redeems and saves his people, which are Israelites, the chosen of Israel, okay, which you Christians don't even believe in that, all right. The Gentiles are going to be saved too. No, they're not. The Israelite Gentiles will, but not the natural Gentiles, okay. See, you Christians don't even understand that concept, the mystery of the Gentiles. But anyway, this is Luke 12:49. All right. It says, I am come to send fire on earth. This is the Lord speaking, man. Yahushua, all right, or he's saying this, okay? He's coming to send fire on earth, nuclear missiles, destruction of the wicked of America and these other major countries, all right, of the world, all right. Nuclear war, man, all right. That's how the Lord's coming with fire, and from his chariots too. The so-called UFOs are gonna be shooting concentrated fire at those too. So that's how the Lord's bringing fire, okay. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? So when the Lord returns, the world is already going to be in turmoil, all out chaos, all right, destruction, mass people being mass unalivings, people being shoved into FEMA camps, all right, people being kicked out of society, all right, wild animals let loose on the streets, and there's a lot of wild animals, exotic animals in America, man, okay? Just imagine all of them being let loose. Dogs to tear, like the scriptures say, all right? All these dogs are going to be let loose, man, because most of these house owners, all right, these pet owners, they're going to be gone, unalived, or sent off, drafted to war, all right? Or die of famine or a pestilence. Oh, there's going to be great pestilences, all right, diseases and great famines that this world has never seen before. Jacob's trouble, man. Jacob's trouble says the earth is going to be, it's going to be a time that the world has never seen before, nor will ever see. So imagine the worst times ever, if all of history, all right, that's not going to compare to the times that we're going to be in right before the Lord returns, all right? When that the real rapture happens, man, when the Lord redeems and saves his chosen men and women, all right, from the destruction of America, all right? So it's not going to be no random Tuesday, all right, where just random Christians are going to just start floating in the air to the sky. No, man, that's false, all right? Do you see the earth? Are we going to just wake up tomorrow and bang, the whole earth is on fire? No, man, all right? And you know how I know? Revelation 3:13-16, it says, and he causeth all, we'll start at 15. It says, and he had powers, talking about the so-called white man who runs the world, who has power over the earth. All right, that's who this he is talking about. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right. All right. So what is that talking about? That's talking about every single person. All right. Don't matter who you are, what you look like, how tall you are, if you're in prison or not in prison, white, black, yellow, blue, green, turquoise, okay, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And if you live in Europe, it's going to be your left hand, okay? So yeah, man. What is that talking about? What is this talking about, man? Okay. RF. It's talking about this thing, the implantable RFID micro C hip, okay, because we can't say that word, all right? This thing is going to be implanted inside of you, all right, or it's going to be made mandatory to be put inside of you by way of syringe, all right? They're already doing it with pets, all right? It's going to be made mandatory for every human to have this be put inside of you. All right, and these things exist. They're out. All right, the technology is getting so advanced that they're making them smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, man. All right, where the needle isn't going to be so thick, it's going to be really small, thin. All right, it's going to be the process is going to be really easy. Okay, see how thick they used to be. So this technology has been in the works and being refined all these years and decades, man. So this thing exists. The RFID C-hip, it's in your phones, it's in your wallet, in your pets, it's everywhere, man. So this thing exists. It's not no fake thing, man. All right, see the needle that's getting thinner and thinner because this devil's making his technology is being refined. He's sharpening his sword. Okay, this is his spiritual sword. But has it been made mandatory yet? No, it's not mandatory. Okay, so once this thing is made mandatory, Apostle Dahar says, give it a month, around a month, or some weeks, or a month. Then we're going to be in the kingdom. All right, the Lord's going to return. Okay, so this thing has not been made mandatory yet, man. That's how you know. All right, that the rapture isn't tomorrow. Okay, and there's still more prophecies that have to come to pass, man. Okay. All right. Amos, but this is the main prophecy that has to come to pass. Revelation 13:16. All right, which is this to be made mandatory. All right. Oh, it's gonna be made mandatory once we wake up tomorrow. I hope so. Shit, I hope so. I hope these Christians are right. I want to get out of here, man. Okay, but the Lord ain't coming to redeem people who call him Jesus and God. Okay. All right. Amos 5:18, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And that's you Christians, man. This is concerning you Christians. We desire the day of the Lord because we know what's coming, man. All right. But we also know that when the Lord returns, it's going to be a tough time. It's going to be a scary sight, scary time, man. Because the scriptures say men's hearts are going to be failing them. Men are going to be having heart attacks. Men are going to be having heart attacks for the things that they're going to be seeing on earth. All right. Apparitions. All right. Those things that you see, those scary movies, they're going to be made real. All right. Teeth of wild beasts. All right. Creatures newly created. All right. Hornets everywhere. All right. I like to talk about the topic of hornets. Murder hornets. They're going to be here in America, man. All right. All out chaos, man. All right. Seeing Leviathan, the actual Leviathan, all right, appearing out of the ocean and destroying these coastal cities, man. All right. Yeah, Godzilla is going to be coming out of the ocean, man. It's biblical. Okay. The scriptures say he's reserved him for the last days. Okay. So yeah, I've seen every Godzilla movie, man. And I hope, this is me speaking as a man, but I hope to Yahweh Shema Shai that one of those Leviathans, all right, because the word Leviathan means plural. It's a plural word. I hope one of those Leviathans actually look like Godzilla, because I grew up on Godzilla. But hey, that's neither here nor there, the one appearing out of the waters of Tokyo, the one that probably attacks Tokyo, or one of will probably look like Godzilla. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the scriptures say men, let's get it, man's loins. Jeremiah 30:6, it says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. This is talking about when the Lord returns at the end days. Right before the Lord returns, people are going to be seeing crazy things. All right, thousands of people being unalived in a short amount of time right before them. Like the scriptures say, 1,000 in my right hand, 1,000 fall into my, let me get it, man. 1,000 fall. Psalms 91:7, it says, 1,000 shall fall by thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Okay, and that's what's going to be happening. All right before the Lord returns. And do you see that happening? All right now. So no, the rapture's not coming, man. All right, but that's how the world is going to be. All right when the Lord returns, when the actual so-called rapture happens, when the Lord saves his elect. And that's who he's saving, his elect. Not no heathens. Not no no, man. Not no people who call the Lord God and Jesus. Okay?